Good morning, everyone. This is Jeffy Kennedy, author of Epic Fantasy Romance. I'm here with my first cup of coffee. Ah, ambrosia. Feel like it sucked down that coffee. Today is Thursday, November 17th. And I have a bit of a tired this morning. Uh, I think just intensely working on this novella, getting it finished, seemed to take a lot out of me yesterday in an unexpected way. But I started out in the morning. I got the back cover copy, the BCC, and I want to talk about that a little bit. But I got that revised, finished out, and there was like this one bit of wording I had the worst time figuring out, and I made Dorinda help me, and that was great. And we were both having a hard time with it because she's like, I know what you're trying to say here, and everything we came up with was clunky. And I was like, maybe we don't need it. Let's just take it out. She's like, no, we can do this. So now you know that I feel like this is my eternal message on here, right? It just never ends. There's never a point at which you just do the thing, and it's not difficult or something like that. And then I'm going to immediately belie that by saying that in some ways, other things are much easier for me. Like I could write that BCC, and I did. I wrote it in, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes, something like that. Uh, except for that one line, it went pretty fast. And it's interesting to me to see how at this point in my life I have certain skills that I can simply do things very quickly. Um, that I can write something really fast, uh, and have it come out just fine. It's interesting, isn't it? Like when you spend a lot of years, and maybe it's something about being at this point in my life too, where like I remember being in my 20s and struggling to do things, and you think, oh well, it's because I'm not good at it. But I don't know if we fully realize the ways in which we can become good at things, that it simply takes time, and so like 30 years later I can do some things with relative ease, except for like that one clause. Uh, and I'm going to make a note to come back to talking about BCC, but I want to finish out. So I finished revising the novella. It was already revised, but after I got feedback from readers, I made a few tweaks. And I did add an epilogue, mostly because the feedback was torn. Some people said the ending was perfect. Some people said they wanted more. One person said that when she read it the first time, she wanted more, and then she went back and read the last two chapters, and she was like, no, it's actually perfect. But I thought enough people said they wanted a little more, and I had done um, epilogues. I was going to say I did them on all these books, but I didn't. Still, I thought, well, if I have the impulse, I should do an epilogue. So I did a few. It was a short epilogue, a few pages. But I ended up writing like 1,400 words yesterday, doing some tweaks throughout, and I made it through 44 pages of the proof out of, I think, 111 in Word is where we are. Oh, look at this. I haven't even opened up my progress count. Okay, let's open this up. Yeah, 111. I'm at over 30,000 words. Ended up being like 6,000 words longer than I thought. But yeah, I love the story. I actually love this far more than I expected to. When I began, I thought it was going to be only floofy, right? Uh, yeah, so I'll be able to finish out the The remaining 67 pages today shouldn't be too difficult. I was going to do more yesterday. I worked for like 4 hours, um, and I was going to do another hour, and I just crashed. I was just tired. In fact, I laid down on the bed for a moment because I thought, well, I'll just put my feet up and rest, and fell asleep for like an hour. So those of you who have been listening to me for a very long time will know this is pretty standard for me on finishing a book or a novella. There's something about finishing that it's like takes a chunk of energy out of me. So yeah, I had a hard sleep for an hour yesterday afternoon. Um, Caught up on Rings of Power. I really like Rings of Power. It's still a little excessively boy, but they're doing their best. I really like Galadriel as a character. She's great, and she's giving me all kinds of ideas, which is always good. So I'm up through episode 5. I finished last night. I watched 4 and 5. So that was good. It was a good evening good cold winter evening to sit and watch Rings of Power. Slept for 9 hours, and I'm still a little bit tired this morning. But gonna get this thing done and send it off for formatting today. I'm going to upload it on Sunday for release on Monday. If you are an alert listener, and I know many of you are out there watching, it'll probably go live sometime on Sunday afternoon, evening. So, but I will post links on my usual social media and the website as they go live. So yeah, thank you all for sticking with me on this one. Thanks to those of you who read for feedback. It was great. Thank you. I will also be releasing 5 Golden Rings, the Christmas BDSM contemporary romance. I'll probably do that after I come back from my writing retreat. So I'm thinking about, I actually had sort of a date set for that. Maybe I'll upload it and do pre-orders on that one. We'll just get it queued up, which means actually I could release it the week after Thanksgiving, couldn't I? Well, right, my list is kind of confusing here. Maybe Monday, December 5th. I don't know. I need to get that queued up. So we shall see. So one thing I wanted to talk about with BCC, which stands for back cover copy. So when you publish traditionally, one stage of the process is that your editor sends you the back cover copy for the book. It varies between publishing houses. St. Martin's absolutely my editor sent me the back cover copy for all 3 books, and I tweaked them liberally because they needed tweaking. I think she wrote them. She would write them up, and then I would tweak them, and she really loved my tweaks, and we would go back and forth a couple times. Kensington, I think in typical Kensington style, I think they just did it without telling me. But this is and I might as well just have a visual aid for those of you who are visual. Okay, so let's do a couple different books here. All right, so here's the Orchid Throne, St. Martin's, and here is the back cover copy. See, it's literally the back cover copy. On a hardback, it's going to be the one that's on the inside flyleaf, but they still call it the back cover copy or the BCC. Here is Fate of the Tala, my self-published book, and I have back cover copy. You can see that it looks very similar on the back. If you're on visual, if you're not, you kind of know what I'm talking about, right? I hope you do. So for those of us who came out of traditional publishing and then go into self-publishing, we typically call it the back cover copy or the BCC. And so when I upload to Amazon and it says product description, right? Because Amazon sells more than books. and it says product description. That's where you put the BCC, right? Well, so here's where it gets confusing. Again, we look at the orchidrome, and it's got the for those of you not on visual, at the top it says First in the Forgotten Empire series from Rita award-winning author Jeffrey Kennedy, and the orchidrome and the beautiful blue crown, and then at the bottom it says captivating and sensual fantasy romance you won't want to miss. Amanda Boucher, USA Today best-selling author of the Kingmaker Chronicles. Very sweet of Amanda to give me this blurb. That is the blurb. So, one of the things about indie publishing, self-publishing, is that a lot of the indie authors, somewhere along the way, ended up calling the description, and a lot of them are like only in Kindle Unlimited, right? So they're looking at that product description. They call that the blurb. And it gets kind of confusing because we're using different words for different things. And so there was a debate about this on one of the discords that I'm on, where we were saying how it's kind of confusing that we use different words for different things. And a couple of the people who are like always been indie authors, have never been with trad, said that they didn't feel like it was a confusing thing, that that they didn't feel like they needed to have the same lingo as traditionally published authors. And I feel like, well, of course you don't have to, but I come back to that we are all trying to do the same thing. We are all trying to make a living as authors. I know a lot of indies feel like they are looked down upon by traditionally published authors. And sure, there's some trad pub authors like that. But I think that has changed so much. And I do believe that at some point, all of us will be hybrid, that we will take advantage of being published by someone not us and also self-publish. It's just, especially if you want good print distribution, it's nice to get some of those more traditional setups in order to get those books printed in a cost-effective way and get them distributed. So I don't know. I am always falling out on the side of, can't we all just get along? And I understand that there's an unwillingness among indies to adopt trad lingo when they feel like they've been rejected by trad, or where they have rejected traditional publishing. But at the same time, I do think it helps for us to have an agreed upon common language, and blurbs and back cover copy aren't the same thing, right? So we should call them different things for clarity, because we are writers and words matter, right? And I don't know, if something's been established in an industry for a long time, does it really matter where it came from? So those are my thoughts on that. I'm not going to change the world with this, but I did want to say something about it since it came up with me writing a back cover copy. I probably mentioned this before, but with Five Golden Rings, that was a book I originally did with Carina Press. And now that I'm republishing it, because I got my rights back, I have new covers for all the Facets of Passion books. Sorry, I just thought of something. I just had an inspiration for what I could do with putting up Five Golden Rings. But the things that the publisher considers proprietary, their thing, is the cover and the back cover copy. So, and that's like even in your rights reversion letter. So it's good to know what back cover copy means, right? Because actually blurbs belong to the author. They're not proprietary to the publisher. So I get new covers and I have to write a new BCC. Oh, and what was I just thinking? Oh, but the reviews, all that stuff belonged to me. One thing that's a rights grab that some publishers have tried to do is they have tried to claim that their edits are proprietary, that they are the ones who own any edits on the book, and that because they paid for the editing, right? And that the author should have to go back to, if the rights are reverted, they should have to go back to the draft before it was professionally edited. No, 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 no. This is like absurd that some try to claim this. Um, that's part of their investment, that they pay the editor to do the work, and in the end, the author is the one who makes the edits. Occasionally, there are horrible circumstances where an editor will make changes without the author. I've heard things about this where they will just actually go in and edit the book because they're not happy with how the author has done it, which is also no. The book belongs to the author, folks. The work is the author's. But anyway, I won't dwell. So yeah, hopefully get all these things finished out. No writer coffee today because it's U.S. Thanksgiving next week, and I guess everyone is busy. So I don't think I have much else to say today. I'm going to get busy, get this novella finished. I'm excited to get started on this Bandits book any day now. Who knows, it could happen. So, yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful Thursday, and I will talk to you all tomorrow. You all take care. Bye-bye.